everyone! So I have another video for you today. I just finished Dark Hunger by Kristin Feehan. Though this anthology book is called Hot Blooded, I read Dark Hunger. And it was okay. As an overall kind of story, it was okay. But again, this just felt really way too rushed. Like, it felt, as I said, I really love when a relationship, it feels real. This just, it was way too rushed and fast. Like, the first two chapters, they're together, like, when they first meet, it's understandable, but literally by the end of the second chapter, like, boom, they're instantly, like, in love. But the way Kristin has written it in the book and technically the way they feel, it's basically they fell in love very hot and heavy and passionate, and there's fire and just like all blaze and all that stuff. And I can understand, especially with them being Carpathians. Well, Riordan being a Carpathian. But I will tell you, I need to spoil this little bit, but she's a jaguar. So we got introduced to these people through Dark Symphony with with our blind woman, in Dark Symphony. That's all I can remember. I can't remember her name, but her family was sort of like a diluted sort of jaguar, whereas Juliet, that's her name in Dark Hunger, she's more pure-blooded than the family in Dark Symphony and the Scarletti Curse, because her ancestors, like our heroine of Dark Symphony, her ancestors were of like a bloodline of sorts. So yeah, as I said, like, overall, it was just, okay, there we go. Now I've caught myself up, but as an overall romance, coupling, sex, it was really good. The sex was really great. It was very passionate. It was very on fire. But again, it just kind of is a little weird how fast they, were in love and that. But as the story progressed, she came to really love him, because as a jaguar, the males of the jaguar are very loners. They don't believe in, I don't know if they believe in a commitment, but their instincts are that they don't commit to a woman, and they just have sex with multiple partners and whatnot. So the women are not, I don't know about wary, but they're not like, I don't really want a relationship either, because they want a relationship, but the jaguars it's not been good. And then apparently there are select men that kind of bond together and just take women of like the pure line and breed them as like baby breeders. Yeah. So this is where it really, this is where it's starting, that I think it leads into the next story, which I think is her cousin's. I know her cousin has a story in this, which is Solange, and it's somewhere in the storyline. And there's another, pretty sure, jaguar line, but they're just very wary. And when she first meets Riordan, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but she doesn't want this type of relationship. It's just, it doesn't feel right for her, and I can totally understand that. I fully understand when I'm reading her side. And then I'm reading, I'm gonna call him Dan, reading Dan's part, and he's just like, no, you're my mate, and you have to, I can also understand his point of view, where he's just overbearing, overdominant, just like, you're my mate, and all that, which is annoying. But as he comes to understand his life mate, and the fact that she is part jaguar, and how her life has been, he understands that he's also an ancient, so he's very set in his ways. But he understands that she has had a bad life with, like, overbearing, dominant type of males, and he, like, you know, our Carpathians profess that they love their mates and they treasure their mates, but, like, you know, when they first, you know, find their mate and have emotions back and colors and whatnot, they're very wrong in their way of acting. It's not to say that, you know, no, you can't be, like, protective and maybe a little jealous and just, like, that type of thing, but, like, you can't go overboard. And I'm trying to realize that they're gonna be like this in the beginning, at least most of them, and I have to get used to that. So that's part of the story. The other part of the story is that we touch base on the group of jaguar men that are kidnapping females to be breeding factories, but we only get part of it. I think we get the bigger part of it when we get to Solange's story, and I'm pretty sure she's got a bigger book, like she has a standalone book. And so this is the other part of the story, that they are following this group because Juliet's sister was kidnapped by them. And, you know, these stupid jaguar men. We never actually meet jaguar men, other than in the Scarletti Curse. Our hero of that story, the male of that story, and his family are very diluted jaguar males because they would have whatever. So we go and fight them, and it's like once we get to the part where she is, you know, like finally gets Dan to accept that we have to go find my sister, I have to go make sure she's okay, and my cousin, because she was like watching the house and whatnot, their safe house, because they've also been rescuing other jaguar females from these very bad men, jaguar men. And in the process, as I said, her sister gets kidnapped, and oh, it just starts, the story starts getting better once they start chasing after them and then eventually finding them while Dan is in the ground. Like, because he's forced in there, it's daytime that they're doing this, that they're trailing them and finding them. And that, I actually really liked that part of the story. Yeah, so like, I think it's a very good short story, and I would recommend reading it as sort of like a semi-prequel to reading Solange's story, because it would give better backstory and facts that you might not understand in Solange's story. As I said, I haven't even read her story, but yeah, it was okay. It's not my most these are not my most favorite type of romances, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't its best, but it's also not a bad story, and just the pace of it was actually really good. But we do skip during that, between the end of chapter 2 and the beginning of chapter 3, there's like a day's gap, or no, a night's gap, because there's a short little gap between the two, so that, like, he's already done like the first he's basically done the first exchange to make her Carpathian. So that's a little annoying, that little annoyance of like right there at the beginning of chapter 3, at least I think it's chapter 3, I'm not going to go look back, where it's like already, like, we've already kind of rushed a bunch of stuff, and it's like she feels really rushed, and I can fully understand that. And though in the beginning, like very beginning, it's not my favorite, it does progress to be a better story with the short time it goes. Like literally this is in the span of 3 days. So literally we meet them on the first day, and it's like, yeah, 3 days. It's a span of 3 days, whereas I wanted a bit longer than that. So you can read it if you want. I'm not fully recommending it, just because too rushed and the back of my hair is being annoying. Sorry. And yeah. You can read it if you want. As I said, it's probably a good prequel-ish thing and good factual stuff to before you read Solange's story. But again, you don't have to. Anthologies are they're the weird little sister that you don't have. I don't know what I'm talking about now, but I'm repeating myself. Read it. Yeah. So now I'm gonna read this. This is the same book, but it's in a North American manga edition. I'm just gonna read this quickly and tack it onto here because, again, it's the same story, but in a more visual aid. I gotta be a little teaser. And this is a teen plus for mild violence and suggestive situations. I don't know how that's gonna go about because these are adult situations and these are supposed to be adult, so I don't know. But I will tack this on to this review. Hopefully it won't be as rambly as what I just did. Alright, and I just finished this, and it's a really interesting format. I do enjoy it, like, but it doesn't have the sex in it. Why the teenage rating on it? But I don't know, I think I liked the more visual of it than I did the actual reading of it. It literally follows the same progress of the entire book, but it doesn't have like the descriptiveness of it, so it just has more of the talking, and basically the descriptions are now made into the art. But some of the visuals that like here, this is the vampire attack. And like, that is pretty interesting right there. I like it, but it doesn't give me the same feel as like a full-on book. So it's not bad, and part of me feels like I wasted money on buying this, but at the same time, I don't, because it is a very interesting medium. But the one thing I am a little disappointed with is the artist. Like the pencils person, the person who did the pencils, the tones, like, and the ink. Well, actually, I'm disappointed in both of them because, one, the pencils, Juliet's hair is supposed to go way past her butt, and in here, that don't happen. And then, you know, they're supposed, like, Carpathian males are supposed to finally see color. So when we get to the part of when he's looking into Juliet's eyes, here, I'll get the page out. Where is it? What? Oh, it doesn't have... I mistook a spot, but I'll just show you. I'll still show you anyway. So, like, this part here, the eyes part, I thought that was actually him looking at her eyes. So they should have been, like, this aquamarine color that was described in the book. And, like, there's no color, so... And it was okay. It's a good story. I liked it, and... Again, the interesting medium, but I think I actually like the audiobook medium then. But still, it was good. Now, since I still don't have anything, I don't have an interlibrary loan from the library, I get to read my book. This is Dark Secret by Kristin Feehan. Yee. So, this I need the map. And there's a map in here. It's not actually a map, it's a family tree. Where is this family? Here we are. De la Cruz. It doesn't have everything on the maps. But I know in the thing. Oh, this is really interesting. Sorry, I'm getting lost. Yeah, anyway, read the back now because I'm gonna start reading this. Now, I really hope I actually get to bring a hardcover when I go to Disney, but part of me feels like I might actually have to be bringing, my sister's going to bed, the interlibrary loan, but we shall see. Let's read the back now. Kristin Feehan has thrilled legions of fans with her seductive, sensual Carpathian tales. Now she Now she presents the enthralling story of Raphael, a savage hunter from the darkest jungles, and the beautiful prey he would never let escape. Raphael de la Cruz has spent centuries hunting vampires with his brothers, and with each passing year his capacity to feel emotions has grown weaker and weaker until finally there's barely even a memory left. Until only sheer willpower keeps him from turning into the very abomination he hunts. But it'll take more than will to keep him away from the woman who is meant to be his, and his alone. For 5 years, rancher Colby Jansen has been the sole protector of her younger half-siblings. With fierce determination and work, she has kept her family together and the ranch operational. Now, the De La Cruz brothers are threatening that stability. They claim that her siblings belong with her father's family, not with her. Colby vows to fight them, especially the cold and arrogant Raphael de la Cruz. But Raphael is after more than her family. He wants Colby, and will not let anything stand between them. After ages of loneliness, the raw desire to possess her overwhelms his very soul, driving him to claim her as his life mate. Oh boy, we have an arrogant bastard on our hands! Oh. And the fact that they claim that her siblings belong with their father's family, like, that's just complete bullshit. Like, if she's been looking after them, then, like, and their fathers or parents, I don't know exactly, but if their other actual parental person has not claimed them, then they don't get a claim. So I wonder how this is gonna go. This shall be interesting. And there's actually a prologue in this book. There's not usually a prologue in them. And an epilogue. So how many actual chapters are there? 22 chapters. Alrighty then. I like that. Though it's better to actually look on the website, because it will give you a proper updated map. Though it's not completely updated, but it should be. She hasn't updated it for her recent books, but they will be updated it for, like, by the time if you read this book, if you've read from beginning to this book, then it would be updated to this point on her website, which I will link down below. Oh my god, talking too much still. Yeah, so yeah, that is the end of this book review. I hope you enjoyed it. It is a little weird. Just it's because it's a short story, and I'm not always the best at doing short stories, because there's not enough meat in there, and I'm also really weird at doing certain book reviews. So if you did like it, you can hit that like button down there if you want, and if you want to leave comments to if you read Dark Hunger / if you read the manga. Oh my god, I'm rubbing my nose so much. Let me know how you liked it. If you enjoyed it better than me, that'd be nice to know if other people enjoyed it better than me. And if you've read any Carpathian dark books, let me know in the comments below as well. Just don't be negative. Actually not negative, just don't be nasty in the comments, because we do not need nastiness in the world, okay? We don't. And if this is the first time you're watching my videos, please hit that bigger subscribe button down there by my picture for more book reviews, hauls, let's plays, unboxing and bagging, because something's coming, a bubble wrap manila envelope or a plastic bag wrap thingy. Oh my god. Vlogmas, random vlogs, and random videos. I have no idea where to categorize. Yes, I haven't been using my light. My light is in that corner, and I'm being really lazy. Yeah, I need to move it to the opposite corner over there, because, you know, I might actually pull it out once in a while when I'm doing a video. So that I'll have less dark light here, and I'll have proper lighting on my face. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Good night, everyone.